Hello, YouTube, and welcome. I'm Decyder, and today we are starting on an epic adventure to try and beat every mainline Final Fantasy game in order. We are starting today, of course, with Final Fantasy I, the OG game that started it all. So grab a snack, grab a bevy, sit back, relax, and remember that every adventure begins with a decision. Let's hop on in. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with a new game, of course. And one of the things I like most about the Final Fantasy One is the fact that you can kind of pick your own class. Get you out of the way. Um, and you're not kind of stuck with just that preset name of a person, and he does this and she does that. You can kind of set it up, make it to your liking. So I've decided I'm gonna be the warrior. Put our white mage in the back line. And then YouTube, you're gonna be my lifeline. You're gonna be the one that saves me when I get my butt whooped, which inevitably I will. Now I do typically like to have a nice even party, but the cool thing about this is there's 6 classes to choose from, and you can have double up on them. You can do 3 white mages and a warrior. I've done an all warrior run. It's pretty rough. You use a lot of potions and items. I guess kind of go through each class. Warrior, your standard tank and spank. He's gonna have the most health, but he's also gonna have some pretty decent damage as well. Thief and Monk, kind of the same sets. They're lightly armored, but they do deal a pretty decent amount of damage. I know the Thief gets really fast and can hit multiple times in a turn. Monk, I actually haven't played much as a monk, so I'm gonna give that a try this go around. For mages, you got 3 mages. You got your black mage, which obviously is going to be doing all your dark damage stuff. He's your damage mage. White mage, that's your support mage, your healer, your buffer, all that fun stuff. And red mage, kind of the jack of all trades, does a little of both, but doesn't do either of them particularly well. Um, so I usually like the black mage, white mage over the other two. So we're gonna go with a monkey boy, a black mage, and a white mage. So, let's see. What should we name? Let's make you Chat. Chat's gonna be the punchy boy. The monk doesn't use weapons or anything like that. And then black mage. You don't have anyone yet in the chat to help me name anything, but let's go ahead and name. See, they got some name suggestions. Andy. I liked Andy. Just an everyday Andy. Alright, so that's gonna be our party setup. Pretty well balanced. You got your tank, you got your monk for the physical damage, you've got your black mage for magic damage, and your white mage for healing. So let's get on into it. Ooh, the world lies shrouded in darkness. Move myself off screen. The winds died. The seas rage. The earth decays. Never good when your earth decays. You kind of need earth. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently waiting its fulfillment. When darkness fells the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. Chad, I think that's us. I think we're the 4 warriors. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. And for those of you wondering, this is not my first time playing through Final Fantasy 1. I've played it a handful of times. It's just one of those games I like to replay every once in a while, and figured it'd be a great place to start out my streaming slash YouTube career. Alright, so we're in your starter town. Pretty standard wander around type gameplay. This is Cornelia, City of Dreams. Oh, what? Stuck now? Ah, I guess we gotta go see Mr. King Man. He's searching for the prophesized warriors of light. Oh, cool. Escorted. Thanks, saves me the walk. Welcome, travelers. I am told you carry crystals. Is this true? Why, yes it is. Here you go. Don't steal them, please. We need them. It's just as Lucan's prophecy foretold. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. And come we did. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these warriors foretold by the prophecy. Did you not see our crystals, boy? We got 4 of them, and they're all different colors. Of course we're the prophecies. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Yeah, listen to your king. Crystal Bears, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you rescue my daughter, Sarah? If I have to, I'll rescue her. Garland, a knight, once in his majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. Alright, well then we're gonna go save her. I ask for your aid in the name of his majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdoms. We have none who can match him. I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a token of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. Yes, your majesty. We'll go save your daughter. So there's a lot of exploring to be done. It is a Final Fantasy game. Lots of people to talk to. All sorts of hidden treasures and stuff throughout the game. But we're gonna go basically straight for the big boss man, Garland. So this is the overworld. You can travel around, but you can be attacked here. So there's random encounters pop up. That's like so. Got the OG turn-based. Of course, you have your different commands. No items yet. So the order of your party actually does matter. Reason why we put our white mage at the back is because they're less likely to be attacked. Top, second, third, fourth, those people are going to get attacked kind of in that order. And I have no choice right now but basic melee attacks. Can't do much other than that. The iconic Battle 1 music. One of the things that gets transferred from each iteration of the game to the other is that victory chant at the end. So here's the main town. You can see in the map in the upper right there, we got a couple things. This being the inn. Go here to heal up your party when you're messed up. You got your swords, you got your shields, armor and weapons respectively. Then we got your two different magical huts, white magic and black magic. And let's see what else do we have over here. Oh, we have a tea kettle. That's gonna be your basic item shop. So, like all RPGs, you go in, talk to ye old shopkeep, and he's gonna sell you a handful of things. One of the main things that these games did very well that I appreciated was having the sleeping bag tents and cottage, so you can get a full recovery out in the wild, as it were. So really useful right before a big boss fight or a dungeon crawl. So we're gonna buy a couple of those. And then what's this? I am filthy. Yes, I should wash up. I am a filthy person. Or a filthy party, I should say. We're all filthy here. Alright. Now, spells in this also work in a pretty unique way. You have slots for each of the spells and the different levels you can buy. So Cure is your basic spell. You definitely want that. This one, obviously, deal damage to undead, protect, get some extra defense, and then evasion, raise evasion. Different people have different stats that'll focus on. So Prec be good to throw on your warrior, while Blink be something good to throw on your thief or monk. But let's just go with Cure for now. Don't want to waste all our money right off bat. Everyone needs to get a little something something. Black magic. And as you can see, they have only certain people. So our everyday Andy here using, we got what? Fire, sleep, focus, lower evasion, make them easier to hit, or thunder, deal some lightning damage. Let's do some fire. Get some basic fire, always good. And away we go. Alright. And let's see what type of weaponry we can use. Now, one thing you want to be careful of running the monk is it shows that it's a level up or an upgrade for him using a nunchaku, but that is not true. Anything equipped to the monk actually lowers his attack. He's a monk. He punches things. You can't punch with nunchakus. At least not to my knowledge. I'm not super versed on everything. So he's using a staff right now. So let's... so you see, putting on the staff does nothing. It does not increase. It says +6 to his attack, but his attack's not going anywhere. It's already 13. And I think shield, same thing, does not benefit from shield. But arms, body, head, obviously we want to give him some good gear. Ooh, they have optimal. Is staff really optimal? Apparently it is. It is indeed. Alright, we get better accuracy with the knife. I like to hit things. I hate missing. Missing is a waste of a turn. So, I guess we can maybe do the rapier for him. Gives attack and accuracy. Let's go ahead and do that for him. That keeps throwing me off. Starting this is your mini map. It's not your menu. It's Y, or your top button if you're playing on a, I believe it'd be triangle if you're playing a PlayStation controller. And then again, keep with the start button. I'll figure it out eventually, Chad, I promise. Alright, so we're gonna slap the rapier on. We're gonna give him some chainmail. We're not too worried about him avoiding. And a little more defense for him. Was there a shield in here? There was not. sell some stuff, get some money back. And then, before we go... Come in. Thank you. We're gonna go buy... just a couple of those. And we shall start our journeys. So, Final Fantasy is all about leveling up and building your... Now we have magic unlocked. Let's try that out on this dude. Oop. Super effective against goblin boys. That or we're just pretty OP right now. Look at that. One shot everyone. Lazy King can't even rebuild the bridge. It's like 10 feet away from your castle. Shame on you. Shame on you. So in the early game, there is a lot of just grinding it out. Oh, we can only use this 2 times until we level up, I assume. Well, now I don't want to waste all of those, so we're just going to go all-out attacks. Another thing I really like about the Final Fantasy 1, at least, I'm not sure if this carried through for all the other ones. Here, nope. That should be a decent enough spot. Maybe up here. With all the Final Fantasy 1, if your party, say your first attack takes out the one you were targeting, it'll automatically move on to the next target, and not just, oh, I couldn't attack nothing. Alright, so we all leveled up. Obviously, leveling up always equals good. More power, more strength, more magic, all that fun jazz. So this is the Dark Ruins that we are to explore in order to save Sarah from the King's Knight Garland, who turned all evil and decided kidnapping was better than fighting wars. I think we've all been there at some point or another. Can't say I blame him too much. Especially if she's one of those princesses, it's always complaining on and on about this, that, and the other. Sometimes you just gotta kidnap them to put them in their place. I'm just kidding, don't kidnap princesses. That's, I believe, illegal in most countries. So since we leveled up, we're just gonna head back to town real quick. Get one more fight under our belt. You see our HP didn't go up when we leveled up. That's okay. That's what you use the inn for. So hopefully, showing my bitrate is unstable. Hopefully everything's going through. This is, again, my first stream. So I do expect there to be a plethora of problems for me to figure out once I'm done with this stream. But those are problems for future me. Right now we are just playing the game and enjoying. Ooh, wise old men. So yeah, you can come here and get your tutorials on equipment. I kind of already broke down. You get weapons and then you get armor. Different armor types, shields, helms, gloves, body armor. Pretty self-explanatory. Helmets go on your head. Who knew? And they only work if you equip them. This one is going to lecture us on magic. Again, like I said, 2 schools, black and white. White is your healing and defensive. Black spells are your offensive. One's for preventing and removing damage, the other one's for dishing it out. And then you have levels for each one, and they have their distinct spells that go in them. And you can only learn 3 of the 4 spells of a particular magic level. So you can't remember everything. You can forget things, though. I do that all the time. I think I have the forget command That's a hotkey in my brain. And yeah, you can relearn. If you want to learn, you just got to go pay for it again, of course. Like college, every time you want a new spell, pay for it. You get that tuition fees. Yes, monsters. We all know that monsters exist. Different types, different weaknesses. Of course, you have your undeads, going to be weak to fire and holy. You got your water monsters, weak to lightning, so on and so forth. You want to find their weakness, gain an upper hand. Hey, I just said that, my guy. Casting Thunder will deal. Some ones do have attributes to them as well. You'll get like holy-based weapons, things like that. Oh, and then your items, as I said, you get potions, antidotes. I didn't get any antidotes thing. That's a good tip there. Stock up in advance, just in case you need them. You never know. Sleeping bags, tents, and cottages. I love those. Allow you to restore HP and MP. Can only use them outdoors. Can't use them in dungeons. Can't use them during battle. It's like a rest spot or a save spot out in the wild. Basically works as like a miniature inn that you can carry with you. And some equipment can be used as items as well. There is a healing rod that you can use to heal inside of combat instead of wasting a spell. And then there are key items, items that you need for story progression, things like that. Some key items have an effect that are only in a specific location. We'll obviously see that a little later. The inn, you gotta pay for it. You know, nothing's free these days. Let's see how much money we're sitting on. We got 100, 111. We are little broke boys, but we need to heal up, and sleeping here is the best way to heal up. So we're gonna take ourselves a quick little nappy nap. And then back out to the wide world of adventuring we go. Or you accidentally press the button and go straight back to town. Alright. So normally you want to fight some low-level monsters, grind out some experience, grind up some money, things like that. Ooh, Goblin Guard, a little bit stronger than normal Goblin. But that's fine, we're just gonna punch him in the face. Works every time. Just one good punch to the face, most goblins go down. But for sake of making these and trying to get through them, I'm hoping 2 streams to finish out this first one at least, Final Fantasy 1. I'm trying to keep them to 4-hour streams, so 8 hours, give or take, should get us through Final Fantasy 1. I'm not doing any achievements or anything like that in particular. Again, not my first playthrough. I have already 100%ed this game. But I've been challenged by a friend of mine to beat every mainline Final Fantasy game, not including sequels, spin-offs, things like that. And first one to do so will be the loser owes them $1. So this is all for a single dollar. I am trying to beat every Final Fantasy in order. We didn't have to do them in order. That just sounded better for a YouTube/stream bit. So of course I'm gonna go with what sounds good for the bit. As we go through, obviously, and build our audience, I will be taking requests. We'll be doing special challenges, achievement hunts, and the whatnot. This is not looking so good. Mr. Andy has gotten slapped around a bit. Let's throw a cure Mr. Andy's way. Nope, Andy's just gonna be dead now. So, as you can see, they can really throw a whole lot at you at once. Again, the cure didn't go to waste. So one of the things I really liked about it in future games, can't recall off the top of my head which ones do it, but I know in some of them you targeted a teammate, they go down, or you target an enemy and they get killed before your turn. It just says, they couldn't find a target, and you basically waste that turn. So I still cast the cure. I didn't get to pick who, but nonetheless, it did not go to waste. As you can see, my warrior, he takes those hits very well. My monk, not so much. He is he's susceptible to damage, but he has a large health pool, thankfully. Which, let's see if we can get a heal off. Chat, no. Battle ended. Now that's one thing that sucks. If a party member goes down in battle, you don't get experience. So now Andy is not going to be leveling up quite the same as everyone else. Right. Leather cap. Again, not the button you want to push. Now you can use your spells inside, or outside of battle, I should say. Very useful for conserving your items. But we might be a little underleveled for this. Like I said, you typically do a bit of grinding before you venture into these dungeons. So we're gonna try and flee. Sorry, Andy, you're our sacrificial pawn. So taking some losses, lost a party member. Alright, it looks like they're gonna get attacks off before we can try and run. Alright, they won't let us out. Just fight. So far, we're not doing super great. Definitely should have done some pre-dungeon farming, grinding, get myself boosted up a little bit. Because now, unfortunately, Andy's going to be lagging behind level-wise. We'll get him caught up in no time, but because of that, he's just going to be kind of like he got held back a grade. Poor everyday Andy. Not going to be as smart as his fellow classmates. Right, I forgot to buy antidotes yet again. Let's go do that. Now, Phoenix Downs are used for revives. Obviously, they're super expensive, so we cannot really afford any. 2 antidotes, 1 eye drop, 1 echo glass. These are all different status cures, so you can get poison. Darkness makes it so you're, basically blind. You can't hit. Silence, no casting spells. And then stone, you can't do anything. You're a statue. So these are going to be your cures for that. And then the all infamous remedy cures everything except for stone and KO. If you're dead, you gotta Phoenix down that. Hoping that the menu shouldn't be too loud. Hopefully it's not. Oh, well, that did not bring Andy back. That's right, you have to visit churches or shrines, I believe, in order to resurrect. By dying is not a good thing. In general, it's never a good thing to die. Especially in real life, you never want to do that. But in video games, yes, dying is not a great thing. How do we... They don't give it a mini-map icon, which is weird, but I do believe this is the shrine. Yes, we have to pay for it. It's cheaper to stay at the inn than it is to do a resurrection. Oh no, and I'm too poor to afford it. Andy, you've really ruined this for us, buddy. Although I suppose it's my fault since I'm controlling everything. We'll just ignore that for now and blame Andy. It's what he's here for. He is the fall guy. So we're gonna have to spend a little more time, grind a little bit more money to resurrect Andy. This game really does have some super iconic music. Ooh, I can make it bigger. In case you're blind or want to see everything. It's small for now. I have enough. One thing I always thought was weird is no matter which side of the town you enter or exit from, you always come out at the same spot. But we kind of got to give him a pass on that. An old game. Came out in the 90s, 80s? I don't even know. Fun fact, they named this Final Fantasy Square Enix, the developers, because it was the last project they thought they were ever going to make. They were facing dark times and bankruptcy, and they figured, well, this is our last game. Oh my gosh, you have to heal on top of it. Well, that's just... We're learning, chat. We are learning that I don't remember this game as much as I used to. Actually, let's go back. We'll just have him attack. We'll not waste a magic or an item on him. Its cure is gonna be a full heal. Good job, Andy. 8 damage. I'm so glad you could stick around. That's one of the things that kind of sucks with black mages starting out. They are super useless. You know, there's spellcasters that deal a tremendous amount of magic damage once they have good gear, good spells, and good stats. And that's things you don't have at the beginning of an adventure is good stuff. That's why I always thought it weird. I don't know why the villains don't put their main lair right next to the starter village. They always do it, you know, after your party's, you know, had a chance to level up and become super badass. Alright, the levels are getting a little skewed, I can see. He's 2 levels behind, y'all. It's okay, we'll just keep on grinding it out. Game does have a cool auto battle feature, so you can just set that and let it rip. Super useful. One of those quality of life things they added in later versions. This is the Pixel Remaster version, so you just press the auto battle and it's just gonna do what it do. I believe it's just attack. It doesn't pick out spells and things like that for you, as far as I know. Again, we are learning that I don't remember as much as I thought I once knew. Gonna auto battle until we get Andy a level, and then we'll oh my gosh, as you can see, a lot less experience out here than in the dungeon. Preemptive strike means we get to go first no matter what their speed rating is. Oh boy, it takes a while to level up. Really, Andy? One experience? Just that one last little XP he just doesn't want to consume to become a better person? Yay, Andy. Welcome to level 4, buddy. Alright, so let's go on and take ourselves a quick beauty nap. We all know I need it. It's a shame it doesn't actually work that way. Alright, so let's go back to that dungeon and see if we can get past more than 2 fights without dying. Now, ideally I should probably farm up some more items. Get some, maybe a Phoenix down just in case. More potions. Ooh, we found a potion. Good. But again, trying to get through these games in a semi-decent amount of time. You see, now we can use up to 4 of them. Leveled up. I was gonna see if fire does any good, but did not get a chance. Always crucial, you want to explore all your corners. Ooh, a mystic key. If I recall correctly. Ooh, ambush is the opposite of a preemptive strike. It means they're going to attack us first no matter what our speed order is. But as I was saying, the mystic key, you do believe that is a late game item where you can come back and get some goodies afterwards. Encourages re-exploring the map. Thankfully, this dungeon's being nice so far, giving us little baby things. No big party wipes. And more mystic key doors. More enemies around every corner. That's generally a good sign of when you're high enough level for your area, is if your white mage is one-shotting the standard mobs with their auto attack or their basic attack. Again, you're gonna run into bosses or sub-bosses that'll be a little bit stronger than most. Like this werewolf. This werewolf promises to be a little stronger than the rest. So he tanked that hit from a warrior and decided he was not gonna go anywhere. The rest of these guys go down pretty quick. Andy, welcome to level 5, buddy. You've caught up. Good job, you. In the OG Final Fantasy, you could not save whenever you wanted. Ooh, a Gigasworm. This is another one of those high-hitting enemies. Let's let him on fire. Worms don't like fire. And he knows it. He knows fire is bad for him. Look at that. Oosh. Tried to take out Andy, his one true rival. That or just all the monsters hate Andy. Fair. Double chest. Tent. Tents are awesome. So yeah, you weren't able to save whenever you wanted in the game. Of course, they added a quick save option for the new day and age. But back in the day, you had to be in a tent or at specific places like the world map in order to save. Skeletons on out of here. Alright, so I think that's everything for this floor. Let's see what's in the dig. Or let's fight some wolves real quick. Sorry, the music for this game gets me pumped. I love it. So I'm actually gonna take a quick step outside before we go in there. And we are going to use... So this is gonna partially restore HP and MP. Can be used in the field. We're gonna use a sleeping bag just to get some more MP. And as you can see, once we're out in the big world, we're allowed to save. Make a real save versus a quick save. I don't know exactly what the difference is now. Yes, you can pick your file. Oop, ignore that. That's my old file. Let's go to file 10. There we go. So, like I said, I've played the game a couple of times. Last time I played... I assume this is the big bad Garland.
The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine.
Excuse me?
Who's there? Humph, the king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with?
No, kinda. I mean, they gave me a quick breakdown.
Do you really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well, I, Garland, will knock you all down.
Don't worry, Andy is used to it. He is the party punching bag. So, Garland shouldn't be too terribly hard, being the first boss and all. But we ain't gonna play games with him. We're gonna hit him with some fire. We're gonna punch him. We're gonna pull out all the stops just to make sure Andy doesn't die, because Andy is so far very good at one thing, and it is getting knocked down. Good job, YouTube. The 2 damage is what's going to make or break this fight. Last cast of fire. After that, Andy's going to... Well, doesn't matter. And you are disintegrated, sir. Bro got the Thanos snap. You've come to rescue me. I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. Words could never be enough to thank you. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany to Castle Cornelia. And your daddy better make good on that promise to rebuild that bridge, because the world is very limited right now and we need to venture.
Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lacan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety, if I may. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now, I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and to the world. So those, I guess, are different crystals than the crystals we're carrying? Who knows? Little nose leak. Nose leaks are bad. The dancing girl in town knows many odd bits of information. If you find yourself astray, try talking to her. She may know something that can put you back on course. This lute has been entrusted to the Princess of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this lute as well.
I want you to have it. It may aid you on your journey. I obtained the loot. I am a magician. Musician? One of the two. We'll figure it out.
Sarah's thoughts are always with you.
I mean, she better.
The Warriors of Light! I can't thank you enough for saving Lady Sarah!
Alright, stuttering stumbly. Alright, let's go around those stairs. What's down here? Give me stuff. You have stuff? Repeat dialogue. Older games, they recycle assets and dialogue. It's okay, we forgive them. The big old castle. This place is ginormous. Right, Jane thanking us for rescuing Sarah. I do believe we come back here at a later point to get more things and stuff. Oh. Yes, the bridge.
Orders from His Majesty. Where to do I part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy?
Look at them go. Now, if only they built bridges or anything this fast in the real world. They have been building I-4 for decades now, and it is not going anywhere. But my gosh, are they loud with this. So he could have done that at any time, by the way, chat. He could have fixed that all of 10 minutes, maybe, sent out his party. Look at that, they're done. How long the bridge has been down and he's been keeping his country subjugated and not able to travel, it's beyond me. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? Well, because I apparently can't swim.
The 4 Warriors of Light are here. They are here in Cornelia.
Well, not for long. So now you've given me a chance to escape. And escape we shall. So we're gonna go ahead and do the usual, get some sleep in. You do this a lot in this game. It's a lot of just sleeping, replenishing your health and MP so you can use your spells and get spanked around a bit. But we do have more money. Well, yes, that's the best we got for gear. I think we had the best weapons already. Items. We're gonna keep one of these on hand for when Andy inevitably goes down again. So far, that's what he does best. And yeah, that should be good. I don't want to spend too much money because then we can't revive Andy when he dies again. Ooh, looks like my bitrate has stabilized. Thank you. I'm assuming it has something to do with the fact that it is storming outside. Or maybe because my roommates and kids are playing all sorts of games and downloading and wasting all of the internet, not letting me use it. Ooh. Get out of the way. And so their quest began. As the 4 Warriors of Light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. Such a good musical score for this game. The Pixel Remaster did, of course, redo it. They have the old 8-bit version, or whatever bit version was on the original, still available for those who wish to enjoy it. I, of course, like to play my games with those new quality of life improvements. Oh, bright white lights, always good. Alright. As soon as I get off the bridge. Oh, we're gonna continue our arduous journey, trudging along, slaying the goblins, as it were. Now these are little port areas you can dock your boat, which, spoilers, if these are spoilers for you, like 30-year-old game by the way, sorry in advance, but you do get a boat at a certain point, and anyone who's familiar with any Final Fantasy knows you will eventually, inevitably, get an airship. You will never be stuck forever on the ground in a Final Fantasy game. You will learn to fly, whether you like it or not. It is your destiny to go airborne. Oops. Huh. I see a town, or at least that is town shaped up here. So let's go to that town shape. What the? That is an ugly ass lizard. Pardon my language, but ugh. 6 legs. Got like troll hair. One of those old school trolls with the fuzzy hair sticking out. And then a tongue that I'm sure some woman out there would appreciate, but not me. This guy needs to die. Andy! Again? Chat. I'm starting to think Black Mage was not the way to go. Let's see if we can make it to this next town. I don't feel like wasting that Phoenix. And that is not a town, it's a... Oh! Huh. I think I was supposed to take a right at that last turn. Oof, and I forgot to save. Let's see. Let's, oh, thank you. Thank you. Run away! Before we get too far, let's drop down another quick save, cause reasons. Don't worry about it. Shh. Don't question it. Just go along with it. Sometimes you just throw down a save because you have to. And again, Andy not getting experience. I'm not going around. Oh, I have to go around. So far, Andy has been the most expensive character in the party. And we learned last time that you have to heal after rezzing. So let's do that. So all these guys should be cakewalk. What we really need to do is a little more leveling up. So that was a cave up there. So off to the right. What is this way? Alright. Okay, so there are ogres out here. So my general tactic is to always try and focus down one enemy. Lowers the amount of damage the party takes in the long run. So I kind of just all-out attack one thing and slowly go through them. Eventually you do get some AoE spells. So I believe this up here, there was an old, I don't want to call it a programming error, but there was an old thing in the original called the Peninsula of Power. Basically the way they mapped out enemies was in, blocked off for each area, and it overlapped into a beginner area, so you can fight massively stronger enemies than you should have been going up against at that point, which sounds rough at first, and it is, but it is a great way to farm some experience quickly and easily. So I think this is where the Peninsula of Power is. I could be wrong. Again, been a while since I've played, but we'll know if we get attacked. Oh, this might not be it. But don't you worry, we shall find it, chat. We will get to the Peninsula of Power at some point to power level our squishy boys, especially Andy. He definitely needs those levels. So methinks, oh hey, a town, chat. Oh, I wanted in a town. So there are people who play like this. They go and they spread out the damage. Not a big fan of that strategy. I like to just lay it all on the line, wipe it out one by one. Especially since it, automatically goes on to attacking the next enemy in line once that one's dead. You don't feel like you're gonna waste a turn or anything like that. Forget the auto battle does actually speed up the battle scenes as well, which is nice, especially for doing a quick adventures. That's the Peninsula of Power. I was close, chat. The Peninsula of Power is in that top right where it almost reaches over. Pretty sure that's where that is. New town. Hello, you. Please help us. Alright. So, looks like this town is in some sort of trouble. Well, there's one thing I know that you always take a nap before you go find trouble. As you progress, the amount to sleep gets more and more expensive. You know, fancier towns have higher costs of living, you know. Um, hmm. Those looks like some people up to no good. Let's see what we got in the way of armor. Spend some of our gil, or we iron armor. I'm too poor to afford it. Leather shield for them, and then do three leather gloves, because it doesn't look like it's gonna do anything. So we can hit optimal. Ooh, that's what it does. It equips your optimal gear. Not always optimal. Sometimes you may have a weapon that does something more specific, like better accuracy. This, I think, just goes for pure highest defense, highest attack. It doesn't take into account things. Like for this guy, you hit optimal leather gloves, but you can see it doesn't actually change his stats at all. I do believe anything in these 3 slots for the monk does nothing. I should probably fact check that, but we don't like to do that around here. We just into the fray of it. So get some gloves on these people, make Andy live a little bit longer, hopefully. Probably should sell some stuff, maybe make some money back, but there are certain items in this game that you will only get once and never again, and selling them ruins that. Sorry, chat, though. A lot of beeping in this game, and it's a little loud, especially in my headphones. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for y'all. And hopefully you understand that I wanted to turn it down to not go deaf. Alright, let's... Who designed this city? Guys, seriously need to find a better city planner. Fire the one you have. No shortcuts or alleyways, you got a long way around everything.
Broadsword, battle axe.
Like, broadsword and battle axe, you get 1 more attack, but you lose 5 accuracy, and accuracy means you can't hit. Doesn't matter how much damage you do if you're not hitting stuff. You're not dealing damage. Plain and simple. So why is... He can't equip a hammer? Hey man, don't mess with the white mage. Just pound you into the ground with her hammer. Mighty Hammer of Doom. Alright, let's see what kind of black magic spells we have. Alright, we got Blizzard. Dark causes blindness. Temper raises attack. That is a buff. They have some buffs. And they have some debuffs. And these are level 2 spells, so I have the fire. And I could get Blizzard, but that's like all my money. Let's not spend all our money. Because Andy will inevitably die again, and I'm going to need money to revive him again. Oh. Blind, silence. Oh, blindness. So that cures blindness, which is good. Raise evasion and reduce lightning damage. That could be super good against a boss spamming lightning spells. Silence also really good when you come up to a group of magic casters. Makes them all pretty much useless. Again, that's gonna basically eat up all our money, so let's not. And say we did. That's the church. Oops. We'll have to throw down quick saves.
Becky, you've got cannonballs of steel to be taking on the great pirate Becky. Kill holler, boys.
Aye, aye, Captain. We'll make their bones go crunch. I'm not sure why everyone in this world's got a slight British accent, but as you can tell, I'm not really good at accents, but sucks for you guys. You'll have to listen to it either way. At least until one of y'all tells me I should stop and get a different day job, which I totally should. I don't like this guy right in the middle for some particular reason. Let's not waste any of that right yet. So, a little bit outnumbered. Not 9 on 4. But we make up for that with superior equipment. Sorry, at some point the battle music will get old, but not in my lifetime, I'm sure. It is just too good. One of those ones you just cannot help but to dun, 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 hum and bop and beep along to. That's right. Fade into the nothingness.
I be most sorry, young masters. I'll be taking no more fuss, I swear. I want you to take me shit for your troubles. Can you find it in your heart to forgive an old pirate?
I love how he sends out his minions to fight, doesn't join the fight, waits until they're all dead, and then is like, take it. Just take my ship and fuck off. Leave me alone. Yeah, that's a pirate captain for you. Man, Luffy would be so disappointed in him. Our topical One Piece reference of the day. Do I need to? I probably should. Ooh, he did give us quite a bit of gold. So let's waste it. Get out of the way. So I generally like to just buy one of each spell going through. We're gonna go with silence. You can always come back later, of course, to buy the things you need, but until I remember and get a feel for what is actually good and useful, I like to just keep it simple, keep it to just the one spell. And I refuse to buy debuff or buff spells for my black mage. He is all about the chaos, which is why he dies all the time, probably. What's this dude? I fled from Melmond, a town far to the west. It is a truly pitiable sight. The earth rots and monsters attack in the night. Is there nothing you can do to help? I'm trying, man. Chill out. I've been at it for like an hour, and y'all already just demanding I do this, do that. Also, they're attacking during the day. It's broad daylight out. So remember that spoiler where earlier I said we get a ship? We get a ship! Of course there's monsters out on the water. Why wouldn't there be? As the old saying goes, there's always a bigger fish in the sea, right? That's the saying? Always bigger fish in the sea. Ooh, we need to turn that auto battle off, because Andy, everyday Andy over here is not looking good. Should go back for the Thunder Spell. That is a good idea. Chat, remember when I said Andy is going to die again and I would inevitably need to save up for his resurrection bills? I must be some sort of fortune teller, because I would not be damned if Andy died again. That totally my fault. I knew I should have visited Ye Olde Inn. I just refused. I was like, I'm gonna save money. I did not see how much that cost. How much did that cost us? He won't tell me now. Well, money. It costs money. Every time we do this, it costs money. Okay, okay. Alright, so let's venture back out. So one thing you can do is you can always ride out to older towns to get stuff cheaper. You want to go back and sleep at an inn in the starter town, costs 30 gil versus 50 gil in the new town. And again, every town progressively gets more and more expensive, quality of life and all that. Or cost of living. How far is Andy? He's only one level behind still. So you can only dock up at certain parts. You gotta find one of those little docking points. You can come right on back into here. Ah, come on, I was 2 feet away from the town. Find them. Perish. Not sure why those goblins thought they could take me on. I mean, they probably could have taken out Andy, but we all know that's Andy's. So we wanted to come back here for... Should probably talk to that wise old wizard behind the house. He looks like he has something nice. So... Alright, sleep or evasion. This one works on all of the enemies. Let's do that. It's good. That can make us hit them more, but this is gonna just keep them from hurting us as much. Next time we got a 4-on-9 situation, we can do that. Sage Lucan said something about finding the crescent moon, then he up and left town. Nothing more you can tell me. Restoring light to other crystals might make something happen. Witch named Matoya lives to the north of Cornelia. The NPCs are so gracious if you bump into them enough. They're like, so sorry. Let me get out of your way. Give you a damaging spell, and then let's just go for the defense thingy. We got the money. Might as well. And let's check out what the dancing girl's got to say. Hi there, I'm a dancer. What's that? You want to dance with me? Hee hee. Have you met Matoya yet? She's been having a lot of trouble ever since she lost her eyesight. They say she lives across the bridge, far, far to the north. Okay, so bridge to the north, find a witch with no eyes. Did she lose her eyes or her eyesight? We're gonna go ahead and say she just lost her eyes. I can't remember. Chad, I feel bad. I thought I knew this game. I apparently know nothing, and I am a fool. How do you get your... There's a boat ramp here. How do you get your boat in there? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Alright, so... This is Crazy Witch Lady Cave? Yes, Matoya's Cave. Old school Disney brooms. Frontwards, backwards, any way you see such a strange spell to swish, swash, a ree. Eno ladna leknak, swish, swish, a roo. Cancel adna own one? I feel like that says something backwards, Chad. I'm not entirely sure. I can't read backwards too well. Dump. Out. Ouch. Lady, you got enough brooms in here? How dirty is your place? You need 4 magical brooms.
My eye, my eye. Ouch. I can't see a blasted thing without my crystal eye. Who could have stolen it from me?
Chad, I think we're gonna go find a crystal eye next. Now, she can't see us, so... You think she cares? I mean, if she cared, she would have put a lock on it, right? We're gonna sit in her chair while we ask her.
My eye, ouch! I can't see a black.
Okay, she's just repeating the same thing over and over. You've got 6, 7, 8 skulls? Demon skulls? Cow skulls? Who knows? And then 4 magical brooms in your dirty old dungeon. Oh, sorry, 10. There's 2 more out here. She really loves her magical cow skulls. So Matoya wants us to find her crystal eyeball. Gotta figure out who stole it from her. Ogre, have you seen a crystal eyeball around? You haven't? Okay, well, thanks for nothing, I guess. So we're gonna head on back. We're gonna go find our boat because methinks the crystal eyeball is across yonder sea. How are there 2 chiefs? You can't have 2 chiefs. That's like the whole point of a chief, is that there's just the one. One chief to rule them all. Whoops. Don't ask me why I think the shark needs to die first. I just don't like the way he's flaunting his butt to us. Just kind of wiggling that tushy out there like he's, you know, got all the cake. Don't get me wrong, the chiefs look pretty dorky as well. Are they crip walking? They tried to hit the gritty there? Oh. Again, they shall perish. And as they perish, of course, into dust. Equivalent of being Thanos snapped. This looks like a town of some sort. Ooh, that was a close lightning. Hopefully I do not lose power. That would just kind of be a little bit of like poetic justice. First stream, power goes out midstream. But all good in the hood because I do not believe we have a whole lot going on viewer-wise. That's okay. Can't expect to have everything on your first stream. Let's... Oh, we got the Thunder Spell. Oh, I was like, they're gonna go for Andy and kill him right before the end. You always heal outside of battle. I'm sure I'm about to get to a town and you know, be able to rest up, but just in case. Oh, I lied, we didn't get to a town. Got to some sort of peninsula. Which we'll wander around aimlessly for 10-15 minutes before we find out. Ooh, so they do cast spells during auto battle. Good to know, but may actually burn through a bunch of my MP that I don't want them to burn through, so need to tread carefully with that auto battle nonsense. Okay. Huh. We think off to the right here? City over here, maybe? Nope, looks like mountains and probably Doom. Okay, so free antidote, always good. Oh, the town is literally right here. Maybe I need that crystal eyeball, chat. I didn't even look at it. Hello, you are an elf. I just don't know what we can do. Please help our prince. Oh, I probably should have given the elves the British accent instead of the rest of the world. 100 gil? That's twice what it cost the other one. You elves are greedy. So greedy. But we kind of need to. Because, you know, Andy. That gentleman has no chill and will just stick his head right into oncoming damage. Alright. This looks like the shrine. Yeah, that's where we'll go to resurrect Andy in 15-20 minutes when he inevitably goes down. I am a sage. When the time is right, the future is revealed to me. I shall wait patiently until then. Super useful, thanks. Ooh, look at this. We got some new dubs and gear to slap on some people. Okay, so we're gonna buy one helm, one leather cap, one iron shield. Oh, those cost 800. Yeah, they got them leather caps on. Alright, so the good armor upgrades. Keep Andy alive a little bit longer. Go around and around. Any items? It's kind of like Kukuriku Village Zelda reference. Let's just take a look at what the magic they've got going on here is. Know what we're saving up for, because we can't afford nothing. Ooh, put one enemy to sleep. Doubles one ally's number of attacks. That could be good. Ooh, level 4. I think we skipped level 3 town. That explains why the end price jumped up so high. What else we got? Poisona. Beer. It's a good thing for running away. Reduce ice damage. Vox. Vox super useful to have. Unless, of course, your white mage is the one that is silenced, and then you cannot use Vox. There are two white magic there are 2 shops in here in general. So 2 of each magic shop. Maybe there's level 3 in here. There is. It's level 3 and level 4. See, I don't know what I'm talking about, chat. Obviously, I am oblivious. Ooh, that is a heckin' good spell. Allows you to heal the whole party in one go versus just one. But this gives you more health, obviously. You trade off, you know, one big heal versus several little heals. Always the trade-off. Well, oh, a neat little Easter egg for all of you Legend of Zelda fans. Why it reminds me of Kakariko Village. After poor old Link dies, not only are all the elves here, but Link's grave. Rest of them are just regular gravestones. Only one of them belonging to the hero of time. Ooh, fire. Fire damage to all. Thunder to all. Both good spells that I should probably get, except I have no money. So they were saying something about their prince, their king, the elf prince. The elf prince is requiring some assistance of some sort. Let us go find him. Excuse me. Why I'm so sleepy. Astos' curse has put our prince into a deep sleep from which he cannot awaken. Have you tried kissing him? Or does that only work on princesses in Disney movies? Please, will you not aid our slumbering prince? Maybe? What do I get? Let me kiss him. Smooches. Can I smooch your prince? It works in all the other... How dare you? 5 years! That is a power nap, indeed. I can rouse one who sleeps, but where? Alright, so we need to find a potion to wake up Mr. Prince, who has hands down the best nap in history. Are we going? Saw something outside. Are you gonna hug the castle walls? Don't go too far. Kick you out. And then... Yes, the Mystic Key, of course. Always with the Mystic Key. Well, thanks for telling me what I already know. Okay. So let's... Well, we have not been this way, so... My gamer instincts say we must go this way to acquire the concoction of Prince Awakening. And deal with all the wolfos along the way. Oh, sorry, warg wolf. Slightly stronger than your standard wolf. They have been warging out. Which I assume is some sort of wolf steroid that they inject into themselves to become stronger. Definitely need to save up to get some level 3 AoE or multi-target spells for Andy. It will dramatically improve his usefulness. He is pretty much just a boss fight character at the moment, having limited spells and limited uses of those spells. Ooh. An ogre in his worms. How cute. So let's try this. Put all of them to sleep. So hopefully lower the amount of damage coming our way by putting them all into a nice peaceful little nap. Missed one. Can't tell if they're asleep or not. Oh, I guess they are not asleep. Sleep might not be as useful as I was hoping. Again, been a few years since I've played, and even longer since I've played with a black mage. And I'm starting to remember why I didn't like to play with the black mage. Ooh. Slap down a save. I remember what happened last time we walked into one of these dungeons. The Western Keep. What are you doing here, lonely king? I was tricked by Ostos, king of the Dark Elves, and now my castle has fallen into ruin. If I could only retrieve the crown from the marsh cave, I would be able to restore my castle. Might you bring me the crown? I guess. How many quests you want to send me on? So, quick recap, we need to find a crown for the king here to restore his pitiful looking castle. No offense, king. Some offense, king. Your castle is a nightmare. We got to find a crystal eyeball for the witch, and we have to find a coma reversing potion for, of course, Mystic Key, for the elf prince. So, crown for a king, an eye for a witch, and potion for a prince. So, those are our current objectives. Along with keep Andy alive. Not doing a great job of that, chat, to be frank. Andy is... he is a damage magnet. But white mages, they're here for a reason. White mages or band-aids don't cure wounds. Mages do. White mages do. I guess red mages too. They can learn some nifty healing spells. I was trying to read that map there, wolves. Attack me. Here, going... leave to the southwest to a cave. I think there's a cave over that way. Ooh, ghasts. To think ghasts. Oh, Dia hits all. I forgot. Chat, I'm terrible at this game. Today I learned I don't remember anything. My lord, white mage, you are just overpowered in this aspect. I suppose it's, you know, limited effect spells against undead. Hole in ground. Marsh cave. So something tells me Marsh Cave having multiple floors might be one of those go back and heal first situations. Which we shall go back and heal at the overpriced Elven Village on 100 ducats per night of sleep. Whole time I gotta get attacked along the way. But these suckers messed up. Hurrah! White mage to the rescue. Just like showing them the light. And the light burns if you're an undead. Alright. My lord, they put the town so far away. Why would they do that? It's almost like they want to force you into getting into fights and battling and leveling up. Who would have thunk it? That's good. We've had a chance to... Always when you're like 2 feet away from the entrance, you notice that? Like, we know you're trying to go in, heal up, and get items and stuff, and you're almost dead, so we're gonna fight and just camp right outside the village. Okay, chap, we'll make it through, as we always do. Andy might not, he doesn't exactly live through most encounters. Although Chad is getting a wailing right now. Probably should use some of that fancy white magic I've been yapping on about to keep y'all alive. But we're just so close to the door. Oh, and I don't have any left. Would you look at that? This is why you must go back and do yourself a little bit of healing every once in a while. How much money do we have? 3,000. Not bad. Pleasant dreams. All right. Let's see if we have some weapons to bolster our line. Bit expensive. In the door. So we can buy 3 spells. Fire one seems good. Let's get 2 white spells to complement ourselves. Definitely get that. That seems like it might be a good call too. Don't think I'm gonna ever use Null Blaze. But Cura. One of the naming schemes throughout the game is they replace the E with an A. And then the next version will be an Aga. Replace the A with a Ga. And that's how you know the spell is stronger, is because it's harder to pronounce. You have Cure, simple, easy to pronounce Cure. And you have Cura, a little bit more difficult. And then you have Curaga. So, you can only do this 3 times, but, you know, there's 8 of them, 1 of 4 of us, 2 to 1 odds, basically. So, Fireball. Or Black Mage equivalent of Fireball is Fiara. Oh my lord. Of course he has to go last. Couldn't have gone first and thinned out the ranks. Or just killed them all in one shot. See, he starts to see more and more useful. Whoop, that is a dead end. The more spells and spell slots, or whatever you would like to call them, he gets, the more useful he is. Just auto attack our way through this. Don't want to waste a spell slot on them. Get some leveling up in. Oh no, an ambush. That means they're all going to get an attack off first before I can do anything. Super duper fair, by the way. I guess it's okay, we get preemptive strikes from time to time, so suppose we can allow them a preemptive strike every once in a while. There we are. Okay, down the hole we go. So, this has multiple floors to it, which means there's going to be a bit of exploring to do. Spiders! My favorite. Because they should burn it with fire. They're spiders. We do not like the spiders around here. Oh, you're lucky. No fire for you. You get to just be punched to death. So if you're punching spiders to death, chat, don't do that. That's kind of messed up. And you never know, they might, you know, get a quick little nibble in on you while you're punching them. I do believe shadows are of undead type. One of them's trying to run away. How cute. Don't run from our Lord and Savior! Okay, maybe you should have run from the Lord and Savior. Okay, that goes down more. I saw another route. I like to explore. So we're going to explore after we beat up some ooze. Don't ask me how punching ooze works, it just does. You'd think they would be immune to, like, slashing and bludgeoning damage. But this is, in fact, Final Fantasy, not Dungeons & Dragons, and also an old game that did not have those types of types factored into them. That preemptive strikes, the way to go. Keeps you from taking a bunch of damage when you get to attack first. Ghouls and zombies, so seems like kind of a waste. What do I know? I'm just a dummy playing video games. I figure one of these two spells will just wipe them all out. Done and done. Easy peasy. Ooh, a staff. That goes down as well. So we got 2 ways down. Oops. Well, they both go down, I'm assuming. Stairs probably seems like the actual way down. The ladder might be like down to a treasure room or something that I ran away from because of my FOMO. It's okay, we're gonna go down and around. We'll just we're here. Take the stairs. We'll go down the ladder on the way out. Werewolves. Always fun to fight yourself a werewolf. Yay, we have stuff. I like free stuff. Money. Money's always good. I guess just using it shows you who can equip it. Some health. Get some health. Okay. In the door frame, green slime. Distinctly different from the gray ooze. Oh, they can poison. Fun on a bun. Always a fun time to deal with poison. Oh my gosh, these slimes. They are some bulky boys. Yeah, poison really wreaks havoc on you if you let it. I probably should have antidoted up, but wanted to get through the fight first. I did not realize they were going to be that flippin' beefy. Now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you take damage every step too, so it's absolutely vital you carry yourself some fantabulous magical. Oops. Healing abilities. Yeah, just leave that there. So I do believe these guys could probably poison too if I had to venture a guess. But we have made some money. Ugh. I think poison's the least of my worries with these. These second floor mobs hit hella hard. So I believe that means it is time for a tactical retreat. Heal myself up so I can get punched more. Yeah, the mobs up here a little bit more tame than the things we're facing on the second floor. Yeah, gray oozes over green oozes all day, every day. They don't poison. Poison sucks. It's like the worst status effect ever. Nobody likes it. Poison and burn. Oh, nobody likes to deal with damage over time. I'm gonna go see what that ladder is real quick. Hopefully not die in the process, and then we'll go sneak off and heal. Slink away and lick our wounds. It'll also level me up, or restore my magic spots from leveling up. These green ooze punks again. Burn them to the ground. Okay, maybe a little bit of overkill, but I'm scared of them, Chad. I'm scared of the poison. So it's down here. Hopefully it's just a whole other flippin'... Nope. So let's, as I said, we're gonna sneak away and heal. Of course tarantulas can poison. Because why wouldn't they? Another reason to hate your spiders. If you're like a certain someone that you may or may not know. Microwaving a spider. I know they're Satan's creatures, but don't microwave spiders. They'll just make your microwave smell funny. Or so I'm told. Don't ask me how I know. Alright, so we're gonna make what is known in the gamer industry as a tactical retreat. Thankfully, as you run away from things, the mobs are going to be a lot weaker. Although apparently they can cause me to have sparkly status. Which, if I recall correctly, that's paralysis. Meaning they don't get to do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and show them the light. And hope that paralysis gets cured on the end of battle? Maybe, maybe not. Level up's always good. It does look like it was. So I think I need to get more level 2 spells. I got some money. Level 3 spells were super expensive though. 1,000 a piece, and then 2,500 a piece for level 4 spells. I want to say ice works good against them, but what do I know? 59 damage, not bad. Alright, so we'll go off with a thunder next turn, see if that does more. Who knows? Learning is fun. We all like to learn. Now let's just hit that guy in the back. 69. Alright. Right, so... Nope! Blizzard does more. And for poops and giggles, let's see if fires say that. Oh, never mind. Chat went ahead and just punched him into oblivion. Well, we need to test out fire on the ogres, see if that's more effective. No, it's better against undead. What with the poisoning? Who poisoned me and why? I guess werewolves and they have rabies? Chad, I've gone through like 8 of my antidotes already. I'm feeling antidote poor now. At least they didn't attack me right before the village, as they have a proclivity to do so. Yo, I need a nap. I'm getting sleepy because I got punched a lot. I wish that's how that worked in real life. Chat, feeling, run down, or, you stubbed your toe, you had a broken arm, or a cut and laceration. Just go take a nap, you wake up, your arm's healed. But that is not how it works, especially after the age of 30. Because if you sleep wrong, you, wake up with multiple debuffs. Yeah, I feel like that's not a bad idea. That is so expensive compared to the rest. Let's get another one of those. I want to have a little bit of everything. Restore 1 MP each magic level. It could be useful. I mean, probably should have saved some for some items and whatnot, but let's. I think we pretty much bulked up on our defensive stuff, yeah? Before we left. Like, both can use some more level 2 spells and level 3 spells, and then we also have level 4 stuff here as well. I've already forgotten if we need more item or weapons. Yeah, I have to do some research. I'm just, because it keeps saying that it's an increased form, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy, because I remember they don't equip things. I think you run them completely naked. So, apparently, it's got more to do with their level versus whatnot. That's a fairly cheap upgrade for a warrior. Yeah, look at that. An extra 4 attack. Stats are starting to look pretty solid. Getting some levels to them. Let's head out here real quick. Every time with the start button. We're gonna drop down a quick save, and I am gonna go take a quick bathroom break. I shall be back. In the meantime, okay, chat, I am back from the potty break. And apparently my OBS decided not to stream the music that I was gonna play for you, just to keep it from being so boring while I was away. Alright. So we're gonna head back into the marsh cave, where we will, I assume, find the marsh crown. Again, I really wish I remembered everything. Like, that's a dead end. Ignore the fact that I have a map, chat. I don't use it. Maps are not for men. Men don't use maps. And we don't ask for directions. We wander aimlessly until we get to where we wanted to be, precisely when we wanted to be there. We don't get lost. Oh. Also notice, I don't think my stream elements is properly triggering. It's supposed to be sending a timed message, which, you know, does not surprise me. First stream, gonna have first stream issues, especially since I set all this up watching YouTube tutorials and Google and AI chatbots trying to figure it out. It's worked pretty good for the most part. Had some struggling in here and there. So, just updated my stream elements. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe it needed a cool refresher. Let's see if that does anything. Alright, we're gonna go down this way. It looked the most interesting. Most promising. Ambush. That's the beauty of having that warrior with all that armor. You can punch him all you want for 1 damage. He don't care. But you attack Andy, he's like 16 damage, a quarter of his health. Like a fifth of his health. Everyday Andy is weak. I just... bunch of 15-year-olds go off in my brain yelling, he needs some milk. Oh my gosh, this new generation has rotted my brain with their brain rot. So this is when you want to start targeting specific people, so you don't get that crummy status effects. Yes. Oh, burn. Ooh, fire super good against that slime. Just keep that in mind. Use fire against... Fire's gonna keep you from getting the poison. Broadsword. And I feel like an idiot for buying the saber. This is just pure upgrade all around. Okay. It's okay, chat. You live and learn. Or you learn and then start living. Just save some magic. For the inevitable boss fight at the end. There's always a boss fight at the end. Really? I just want what's in the box. What's in the box? Whatever's in the box is mine. Rightfully mine by birth. See? It's a potion. Of course it's mine. Do like that they keep the doors open, so you know which... Ooh, gargoyles. Those are new. They look like they got a weird mosquito head. You think gargoyles count as undead? Holy shnikes. Yeah, they're not undead, but they really, really want my... Yep, they want my mage dead. YouTube's down. YouTube is down. Now, not a big fan of using these. If I don't have to. But your healer's kinda important. You kinda want your healer. Let's not. Let's figure out how our fingers work. Alright. So that's the one Phoenix down, used up. Alright, these guys hit hella hard. See if fire's any good against them. Was that a crit? I don't know, I feel like I've wasted my fire. But still got the kill, which is what we wanted. All that for a potion. All that for a drop of a potion. Now, I know I'm kind of doubling up on spells here, but you never know which one's gonna go first. When you got those numbers against you, especially when you're out of your Phoenix Downs, you just want to throw some heat at them. Ooh, so this goes further down. As soon as you get to a fight, of course. Ugh. It's almost like they, like I planned that perfectly. Third floor of the caves. I'm not looking forward to what monsters are down here. All the green slimes. Not them again. Oh, they take no damage from physical attacks. That is why they're so beefy. I was not paying attention. I was yapping away. Magic's where it's at when it comes to slimes. Now you know. Hey, Phoenix down. Perfect. I got this, I got a feeling that, we're gonna need more. Oh, an ambush. What? A blood bone. Oof. What is this nonsense? Okay, we're gonna take out Mr. Bloodbones. Ooh, counterattacks. Fun on a bun.
Burn in holy fire.
Now, here's the problem I'm gonna run into, is there's only so much magic you can go throwing around. Punching seems to work really well on them. Fire, still the best way to go. Swords and hammers, not so much. Wonder why that one punch did so much damage. Thankfully, they don't have a lot of health. They just have a lot of armor. So they can take the hits. Ooh. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I know the chat is hella empty, which is fine. It's, you know, first stream, nobody knows of me yet. People know of me, but they don't know me, which is okay. Over time, the viewers will start pouring in, and chat will be a bustling and a booming. But I hope all the people that are going to watch this on YouTube in the future are having a pleasant and wonderful day. Money! Always good, because the world's an expensive place to live. Oof. Gargoyles. Flying, right? You think flying is good against lightning? Or lightning good against flyers? Using Pokemon logic. Lightning or electrical damage is good against flying types. 44 does not seem like a winning amount of damage. Let's throw a blizzard their way. Will it do more than 44 damage? It doesn't matter because Andy is dead again. Andy! You're surprising nobody. You really aren't. Oops. So a lot of rooms down here. Oh sweet baby Jesus, we're gonna die here. I don't think we're gonna make it out of here. As long as we don't get the poison, we'll be good. Poison is the worst they got in them. We're just gonna hammer on the front guy with some physical attacks. And slowly whittle down the rest with magic. Oops. Starting to think we may need to take a trip back to Elven Village. Ooh, Blizzard looks good on slime. Should figure. So many of these things. They may or may not have chests in them. They definitely have monsters in them. Which is okay. All good. Definitely need to power level up. Mystic key for that door. I don't have anything. Oh, nah, I don't really need to do that. Oh, Blizzard does not do great on Great Oozes. Great Oozes take good physical damage, so I think that's the thing, is opposite of green slimes, they're resistant to magic, weak to physical attacks. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself, because I am coping. So, mystical keys to get to the bottom one. Alright, preemptive strike at least. Get that blizzard, get these guys dead, so we can move along. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I didn't want you to Wish you could do speed battles up without doing the auto fighting. Good thing we bought a bunch more of those antidotes. And make sure you are in fact okay. Annie, are you okay? More money? Or more antidotes? Try to run from me, you silly boy. Get punched. That monk is really just starting to skyrocket in his stats. Ah, the mystic keys, always bringing a brother down. Gotta have a mystic key to get anywhere in life. Okay, so they take good physical damage. Punch that in the face. Spell done. So we are basically a bone dry on our magic, chat. No more spells left in us. Ah, leave me alone. So many enemies. Last spell going off. Think fire's better. Yeah, fire's better. I wasted it. But that's fine. We're gonna just gonna hammer, fist, and slice our way through here. Probably should take out the. Yeah. That happens when you button mash, chat. You just make the most inopportune moves. Again, we're not exactly going for speedrun status. I am not nearly knowledgeable enough to be a speedrunner, obviously. Plus, I don't know very many glitches, if any at all. I just know the little peninsula power. Ooh. See how fast that poison just really burn you down if you don't pay attention. Oh, boy, thank you, chest. That's exactly what I was hoping for. What are you? Demons. No magic left. Well, I don't. Not no magic left. Demons have to be undead, right? Like, for sure. What? Wow. Let's hope they are. Oh my gosh, this is not looking well. This doesn't look good. Not gonna lie, chat. We are not gonna make it out of this. Wow. Oh no, don't die. Damn it. Yeah, I don't think we walk away from this, chat. Not gonna lie, that chest is a real son of a bitch. Oh, how far back is that? Chat, that is so far back. That is at the very... Oh no. The very beginning of this area. Well. We did in fact learn though, chat. A thing or two. Along the way. So, again, one of those learn and live moments. I did forget what is in which room and chest. We're gonna play with our magic a little bit closer to our chest this time around. No, the poison! Poison is never bueno. Needs to be a little more tactical. I was definitely rushing a little too much, being a little bit too silly with my moves. We get a new chance, new lease on life. So, gonna not rush quite as much. Take it a little bit slower. And then we're gonna remember that that one chest is the son of a bitch, and we're not gonna open it. No poison, please. No poison, please. Thank you. Come on, fire! Come on, fire! The monk does some pretty reliable damage. I feel like a good party comp might be triple monk white mage. It certainly would be an interesting combo. Whether or not it would be practical, well, time will tell. If and when we get around to doing another playthrough of Final Fantasy 1, I'm definitely down for doing some unique party setups and challenges. Hopefully by that point I will have built more of a community that would enjoy in partaking of my misery, and they can help craft the most devastating party in existence. Alright, so werewolves can poison, so in the future, take them down first. Alright, so not gonna get quite as greedy this time, chat. I'm just gonna do the top 2 rows of chests, and then we're gonna assess we're also gonna remember to quick save a little more often now. Ooh, cottage. That's great. That's going to save us from having to run all the way back to Elfville. Because Elfville, while it is nice, only 100 gold to stay there, and a cottage costs like 2,500. You can use it just right outside the dungeon, so for, the sake of time, popping a cottage is fantastic. Do we? Copper armlet, make him a little bit stronger. Let's actually make sure. Oh yeah, an extra 3 defense. That's gonna save him so much. You have no idea. It doubles his defense. And as we all know, Andy needs every little bit of help he can get. That poor boy is not a damage sponge, a damage magnet. The damage sponge is me, Decyder, and Chat. Chat is a fantastic damage sponge. Oof. YouTube took a hard hit there. Got hit with that nice. And with the poisoning. All with the... Again, poison is one of my least favorite status effects. And it's in every game. Like, we get it. You want me to die slow and painful. But why? Why are you so mean to me? Oh no, YouTube is not looking so hot. Again, they can target anyone in your party, but they do typically only target your first two. The higher up in the priority list, the less likely they are to be targeted. Or the more likely, excuse me. The further on the list, less likely. If the things I've read are to be believed as true. You get a high potion. Get a high potion. I could use a high potion right now, Chad, if you know what I'm saying. But I have unfortunately been a good boy. Must not partake in the devil's lettuce. Cannot. Need to remain uninebriated. Battles are getting a little easier. Yeah, that room. That room can just stay over there and leave me alone. So we have found out punching. Punching seems to be effective. Sometimes. Not always, but it can in fact deal a moderate amount of damage to these guys. You mofos with your mofo poisoning. I'm gonna rely on the punching to take him out. He's got it. You got it. That kills him. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. I can see into the future. I am a great sage of fortune telling and wisdom. Thinking I may need to sit further back in my screen? Yeah, oh, maybe. We'll see. Maybe a little harder to reach my controls on my desk, but we'll figure it out. I feel like that $5,000 we got sitting around is gonna go straight into more potions. Oh right, there's a bunch of money in here. Get out of the way, Bat. Kill him. Nope, dang. I love when he's got a spell queued up. Black Mage is like, wait for it. And go. And then he, I think he flicks you off when he's casting. Hard to tell with the pixels. As he's just hands in the air. White Mage, she just blah 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 blah. And Black Mage is like, please straight up flicking him off as he casts his spell. Same thing with the White Mage. White Mage for sure flicking you off. Just fuck you. I cast heal. I wish that's how all healers worked. Is just profuse amounts of profanity to cast their spells. That would just be fantastic if how I swear if I became a game developer, that would be #1 on my list of things to implement. A healer that heals by cussing. Right, so I think we cleared out everything, chat. I do know that last row is all whatchamacallit, Mystic Key doors, and we are not Mystic Keyed up yet. That does not happen for a little while. I want to say it's the king with his crown. I think he gives us that Mystic Key. I have no way to tell for sure, because as we have all been learning today, I do not remember this game quite as well as I thought I did. Ooh, chat is down. Chat, why are you taking a nap? I need you to get up. I need you to participate. And I'm gonna waste a Phoenix down. I say waste. So we want Phoenix down to go first. Nope. We're not lucky. We are not lucky like that. Oh, it's gonna be close, chat. Kill. Yes. Okay. Loady, loady, loady. And I'm sure when you guys saw me like, he doesn't need 10, 15 antidotes. Really? I'm running out already. Use them high potions. Get that good healing going on. I do try to be Captain Optimal when I use my potions, because you're not optimizing, then are you really playing a Final Fantasy game? And I think we learned earlier when I wasn't optimizing my attack strats and saving religiously, that no, it is not good to play in an unoptimized manner. All day, every day. They could throw these little encounters at me, no problem. They don't even get an attack off. You give me preemptive strike, 2 enemies, it's completely unfair. But it's those, hey, here's 5 green slimes and 3 werewolves and 2 scorpions and your mom with a shoe. And that one Latina grandma across the street with her chancla, you're just not going to survive it. It's just too much all at once. Just because I want to speed this up, yes, burn and holy fire. Don't care if you're weak to it or not, you're gonna burn. Alright. And this is not the way out. Way out's up here. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, chat, we've made it. But we did not make it far. I will admit we did not make it far. Come on. Oh, see, I don't know why. Sometimes the punches deal like 50 damage, sometimes 4. Very weird. Oh, always with the poisoning. See, 26 damage. Why did it deal 26 that time, but 4 the other time? We will never know, chat. We will never know. I'm sure someone does know, but we, collectively, we're never going to learn. Mostly because I'm too stubborn to learn. I could totally Google it. But I feel like Googling it would be a form of admitting defeat, so I will not. I shall refuse. Oh, no. I just know Blood Bones there is kind of a dick. Actually, let's... There we go, perfect combo. Almost perfect combo. Warrior will finish him off. Yes, we will. Okay, yeah, we already went through these chests, I believe. So that means... we just, every time we run into these guys, we just hope and pray that the punches are gonna, yes, that's what we want. Then the blizzard gets the freeze off. Bada bing, bada boom, 2 down. And then magical punch crits here, and no poison. That's how we want those fights to go. Alright, alright, alright. So when we get the Mystic Key, we gotta remember to go back down to that Marsh Cave to get those, like 4 or 5 chests down there. I'm sure one of them probably isn't locked behind a Mystic Key. That's fine. A waste of a spell right there. But again, Mage just middle finger, F you, and shows you the way. But I think the Tarantula is the one that can do the poisoning, so we want it dead first. We're learning. We're learning. And I know I said I was gonna just cottage up real quick to heal, but I feel like making some purchases will do the world some good. We're just gonna auto battle these. They should. After that grind fest we just went through, should be good to just auto battle and smack around some bulls. Because I so desperately need to remember how to get out of here. Again, music's so good. I don't know what it is. It tickles the back of my brain in a way few other musical compositions can. It's got the right tone of epicness, and it's not overly done. You don't feel like the music is just blaring at you the whole time. It is legit enjoyable, especially for the time that this game came out. I suppose I could switch it over and listen to some of that old school music. That's what we'll do after the next boss defeat, or next boss battle. I will switch it over to old school music so we can hear how that goes. There, we can switch it. Where is it over? Doesn't that just slaps? This, when you're, an 8-9-year-old kid playing on his, what was this, NES when it came out? Or Super Nintendo? I can't even remember. I am that old. This first came out though, just can't be beat, chat. I mean, you can, because this right here just does it. Just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Alright, Elfheim. You over-expensive sons of bitches. Really probably shouldn't use so much profanity, as I do plan on uploading all of these to the YouTubes. If you couldn't tell, the whole reason I have someone named YouTube in here. Give him a new spell. I think the developers knew that K was gonna just smack you around so much. Like, yeah, they're gonna need level 3 and level 4s for this bit. We're gonna, yeah, go with Cura. We definitely need more Cura, and then another attack spell for White Boy will not be a thing. Although, I guess canonically, the White Mage is a female. You can't really tell, but according to my shirt, at least, they are a feminine physique. Um, which, no qualms one way or another. I actually do typically prefer playing a female character. I have the same mentality as Jack Patillo from the AH crew, is if I'm going to be staring at a character for several hours on end, I might as well stare at something pretty. Because if I wanted to see something ugly, I got mirrors, and I unfortunately have webcams that I now have to, I don't have to look at, but I should say I'm going to be looking at while streaming. So yeah, like I said, I typically do prefer to play my pretty female protagonists in games. Right, I know you're always like, that's overkill. I also have this weird OCD thing. I like my items and numbers to end with like a 5 or a 0. It's something I am slowly trying to get out of the habit of, but it's one of those things that it just is. Sleeping bag, always good to have. 10 more than a potion, and I believe it heals as much as a potion, but for the whole party. You just can't use them in battle. What do we got to sell? Don't know if anything. I'm gonna have to. I'll be doing a little research offline, chat. Figure out what I can safely sell and what I cannot safely sell. Like I said, there are some items that you don't get back. Once they gone, they gone. Mostly equipment I am aware of, but you know, I have that FOMO. I don't want to accidentally sell something and then be like, hey, do you have the rapier of yesteryear? And I'm like, no, I sold it like 2 towns back. Because that is the type of things that keep me awake at night. I hate missing out. That's why I have such a hard time playing Baldur's Gate 3, is because you have like 8 different dialogue options or ways of getting through an encounter, and I want to see and do all of them. So, or at least do it the most efficient way possible. So I've been known to save scum my way through just chapter 1, because of course if you are someone like me, you have 8 different games of Baldur's Gate and you've not gotten past the first part. Because you just constantly remake a new character or try it a new way. It's just how it be sometimes. Again, great thing that they added that auto battle feature. It's so fantastic when you're backtracking to places. We're gonna go back a city, get some more level 2 spells for my casters, because I was definitely running low on some spells. Definitely could use a little more firepower in those deep dark dungeons. And then that auto battle speed up is fantastic. I hope they have that. They should in all of the Pixel remasters. I have so far only gone through Pixel Remaster 1 and 2. I have not done 3. I've tried to play 3, Final Fantasy 3, like 8 times. And every time, and no joke, get out of the way. Inevitably, every time I go up into that cave of doom, where everything's like level 16 and up, and I'm level 2, And then I die, and then I go, right, I never saved. And it was like maybe 30 minutes to get to that point, but it's 30 minutes that I don't want to do again. Okay, so we have silence, blind cures darkness. I'm not gonna get any of the gnolls. I'm just gonna straight up eat whatever elemental damage comes my way. So we have silence. So yeah, let's go ahead and I need whatever removes poison. Whatever spell that is, I need it. I need it yesterday. I think that's one of the level 4 spells, isn't it? But yeah, so never gotten through 3. I hear it's fantastic, the job system. So, I feel like Temper, really good if we want to go ahead and buff up either Chad or myself to do some extra damage. And then Slow or Dark. Dark blinds so they can't hit. Slow just reduces the number of attacks. So as you attack and you get further on, you'll see doing 3 attacks, 4 attacks. It's going to lower the number of attacks, so it kind of lowers the damage. This will nullify the damage, but less of a chance for it to hit. So, we want to keep ice, so we just have elemental coverage. Let's slap slow out there. Alright, so magic-wise, looking good. We can't cast up to level 5 spells now. But yeah, as you level up, you get more spell slots. You're looking mighty fine on some more magic. So again, always good to backtrack to some previous areas. Out of the way, sir. And again, all the music for this game is just top notch. Even when you slap it back into the original, it's just, there's something so calming and peaceful about the town music, something so epic and triumphant of the battle music, and the fact that they kind of blend seamlessly from one end to the other is fantastic. You can also go back to the classic if you want to see everything all pixely. If you want the true old school feel, this is what gaming in the 90s was like. But I did not get the pixel remaster. Yeah, you can even the classic font style. Oh, it requires a whole loading of the game. And it's just gonna pixelate everything. Weird that it has to reload the game in order to do that, but hey, I'm no programmer. I don't know what goes into making those things happen. But yeah, all the music, when it goes from one arrangement to the next, just kind of flows into them very nicely. Yeah, especially when these battle scenes pop out of nowhere. Alright, so we redid our... got some more items, more potions, more magic abilities. So now we're gonna scurry back over to that marsh cave and smack up some more slimes, because they started it, not us. Actually, we're here. Let's visit ye old Cornelia. And... alright, we should talk to that maid. I forgot about that last time. I got... yeah, so... I was just checking, make sure I didn't forget it. No, I did. I did talk to that guy. Boy, my brain is not the greatest, guys. Western Keep, they say the marsh cave can restore the fallen keep. Yep, so we need the crown from the cave. So my hypothesis, based on my very terrible memory of this game, is we finish Marsh Cave, get the crown to go to the king guy in the Western Cave, Keep, and then the guy in the Western Keep will give us the crystal eyeball to give to the witch lady, and witch lady, I might as well heal while I'm here since it's cheapest, you know, save some money, because you know those elf boys are going to charge us 70 more than the Cornelia, which you would think after saving the princess they would give you free accommodations for life, but hey, I'm not the king or owner of the establishment, what do I know? But yeah, so we'll hopefully that my recollection is correct, and we will be able to breeze through those quests quite quickly. My whole screen was a little bit blue for a minute there, my webcam. I do have a ring light. I must do some tinkering with to find out what's best. Something I plan to do after stream. I did spend the good part of the last 4 or 5 days getting prepped for the stream. Setting up OBS was quite an endeavor. Still working on stream elements, Nightbot, all those little moderating things that'll help me keep me out of trouble when chat decides to misbehave and try and take advantage of a platform to type out obscenities and whatnot. Another thing that's super aggravating is I set up my OBS and I had it good for recording and everything. I tested the recording and everything just yesterday. I don't know if every time I should just build my house over here. And I'm gonna put a cottage there at the end of the game, chat. That is happening. I'm gonna go back here to that silly little dead end, and I'm gonna build a cottage, and that's where we'll live out our days in peace after we save the world. Yeah, I had everything recording and working quite well yesterday, and then when I went to start the stream, number one, webcam decided I don't want to be in this, partake of this stream, so I had to wrestle that to get it up and running as I was starting soon. And then it decided that it didn't want to record. Something about not finding the path to save the file to, and then something about encoding and things that are indeed above my pay grade at this point, because I'm not getting paid at all. So the amount of research and work I'm willing to put into it right off rip is very minimal. I do, at least Twitch is supposed to be recording this VOD. It won't be as high a quality, unfortunately, as getting the capture straight from OBS, but it'll still be something that I can throw on YouTube to hopefully bolster my viewer counts in the future, as that is the intention of this. I mean, I already played video games all the time, so I decided why not just stream it and let other people see you play video games. And then maybe, you know, at some point down the road, someone will be foolish enough to pay to watch me play video games. That is, of course, the gamer dream. I just wish I did not wait until I was dang near 40 to start it out. But I've seen a lot of old man streamers, and people I've been following since their careers with things that they frankly outlasted. Um, Two of my favorites, of course, being the one and only Ray Narvaez Jr. And then, of course, Axial Matt, another favorite of mine. Great to see them streaming all the time. If you're in my channels in the future, when I finish up streams, you can almost guarantee we'll be rating one of them. Just because, you know, they're the ones who've inspired me to give it the good old college try and see if you can make a living out of doing what you love to do. Always with the poison, chap. Always with the poison. But as you can see, leveling up, quickly start building those health pools. Look at that. I'm just swimming in the health. So, Cura, boom, that's a big old heal. Well over 100 on the heal. Better than Cure, so heal is basically like a cure for the whole party. Cura is, you know, basically a double cure. And then there'll be stronger ones down the road. Let's... In case this decides to be a box of doom. Nope. Box of dagger. See, that monk really starts taking off on damage. And he just, remember, he's practically naked. I think he's wearing a helmet. Just double check that. No, he's wearing some leather armor. Yeah, I'll have to do a little more research on that to see if that's actually good for him or not. He may be better off without armor on. I legitimately don't know. Ooh, monk got paralyzed. Aha! Shield. That's how we want it. That should take care of all of these nasty skeletons. I can't remember. Yeah, we did this already. That reset earlier really threw me off. Should probably slow down on my magic usage. Not sure how much more of this dungeon we got going. There was a third floor that was full of items. Let's see if the third floor of the dungeon for more creepy crawlies. Ah. There's always more slimes. These things are the bane of my existence. Get rid of one of them. Yes, there's what we want. No poison. Yes. And now just bludgeon him to death. Aha, you've missed. There we go. XP is starting to get a little lower. Ah. So does that mean down in the bottom right is where I'm supposed to go? Again, chat, I obviously do not, for the life of me, remember that much from this game. that's okay, because that's part of the fun of replaying your old favorites, is to relive those moments again. Didn't miss any doors, did I? I should probably heal up chat. He's not looking so hot. Boom, 109 healing. Better than a potion. Not quite as good as a high potion, but definitely good for item management, since you can use it out of battle as well. There's only two. We're just gonna hopefully just punch them all to death. Save our magic. Wow, how did you deal that critical damage, Mr. Mage? Sometimes Andy surprises us by actually doing something good. Alright, remember, the green one dies first, because he can poison. Bueno. Exactly how we want it. Everything up here is much weaker. I'm just gonna go with the fact that everything that's green can poison you. If it's got green, it's poisonous. And if it's white, it causes you to electrical sparkle. Turns you into a Twilight vampire. You get that sparkle in the sun effect. Just gonna beat you to death with my staff and my hammer. I could have shown them the light. But again, trying to conserve on my spell slots. So I'm starting to spread out the damage a little bit more. Just because, you know, killing them might not always be a guarantee. Okay. So now I gotta try and remember where to go. I did all these. Yes, those have been opened. It's gotta be somewhere down here, yeah? So apparently, the crown.
I had to look it up because I was like, we already looked through everything.
The crown is in that chest with the demons. So we gotta fight those son of a bees in order to proceed. So we are going to head on back down to the demon chest. And yes,
Show them the light.
and then engulf him in fire. That's how it's done, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen. Is it this one is the no. Next one down? One of the middle ones, I remember that much. This one. Yes, it's this one. So, first things first, we're going to I don't feel like we need to waste a potion on that. And then here's the other thing we're going to do, chat. We're going to learn to save before you go into a boss fight. Seems like it might be common sense, but as they say, common sense is not so common. And as you guys probably could venture from now, I am not the best and brightest. Alright, so. This is how this is going to go down. Slow all those boys. I don't think any of these guys know any magic. They look like they cast magic. Basically little mind flayers the way I see them. We're gonna slow down their attacks. Andy is gonna get some protection on him. As we all know, he loves to get punched in the face. See? See what I mean? Of course you miss, Andy. Why wouldn't you? At least they didn't kill him right off bat. Hey, one down. Not bad, so... keep on with the magic. Oh, I was gonna temper. I wasted the slow on that. That's fine. I want to say fire's the way to go on them. And YouTube's gotta try his damnedest to keep Andy alive. Although I'm starting to get messed up as well. So hopefully this fire pumps out some damage. Could have been worse, could have been better. Maybe Thundara is better. Not usually great to learn. Oh, and I'm out of Curas. See, chat, is why you gotta manage your spells and not just throw them off all willy-nilly left and right. You'll actually be better off using one of these. That's perfect. We want chat to get smacked up a bit. That gives me a chance to heal. Thundara better than Fyara. Pesco demons. That's who we kill. There's the crown. See, chat? I knew what I was doing all along the first time. I just had to go in at a very long tangent to level up. And I knew what I was doing the whole time. And you can't say otherwise. do a little safety save, because knowing me, there's some sort of giant boss sitting like right around the corner. So let's get the fuck out of here. And, oh, I forgot. Gotta kill the green things first, because they can poison. Chat, why don't I learn? What's wrong with me? I am trying to keep an eye on like 80 things at once, being a first-time streamer and all that. But again, there is something wrong with my brain. Anyone who's interacted with me for prolonged periods of time will know that to be true and factual. Alright, and of course we'll get attacked before we get to the stairs. All of these stupid things can poison. And it's like 100% poison chance with these things. Which, to be fair, I guess scorpions in real life have a 100% chance to poison if they sting you. But you would think in the game they would, like, pincer attack sometimes, tail sting sometimes. You know, variety, the spice of life. Unknown to the scorpions of Final Fantasy 1. Alright. There is a lot of them. Alright. So whichever mage flips off first. I guess maybe the black mage. Yeah, that's just a single finger. So he's hands up flicking you off the whole time. And then when he goes to cast, just shh. Not time for talking. It's time for dying. At least that's my take on how the black mage casts. Now I want to go play with a red mage to see what his quirky looking animations are. Ooh, I leveled up getting a new spell back. If I level up I can get another spell there, but we didn't level up. YouTube. But we got rid of the poison dealers, that's the main thing. And dead. Alright, so we got the crown. We need to get that to the king in the West Keep ruins. But I think we should go heal first. Aha, my shield. Be able to power through these guys with ease. Ah, out of this cave finally. Alright, so... Alright. So we need to go to the king, but we should definitely heal first. And maybe see if we can afford some of those level 4 spells. These level 4 spells do the body good. And of course, we'll just auto-battle our way back. Save ourselves some time. Always good to have some overwhelming damage. I really hope that game audio isn't too loud. Turn it down a smidge. Oh, a bunch of experimentation going on today as we learn how Twitch works, how OBS hates to do what it's told. Some cake work with those guys. Ah, Elfie Town, we're gonna go take a nap first. I need a nap. Alright, and then we're gonna buy ourselves. How much money do we have? 10k. Enough for 4 spells, chat, so we can get 2 per casty person. So, Sleepra, that kind of pissed me off. Although I guess it'll have a higher chance of hitting. Doubling number of attacks seems good. Confuse, that could be good. But straight up damage cannot be ignored. Let's go with haste. It's his second spell. I say he, it's hard to tell what a black mage is, because it is literally just a set of eyeballs hiding under robes. Oh. That can get rid of everyone. That's cure silence. I guess we use this and like a get out of jail free card, and then we can cure poison now. Which might not be that good now that we're out of the dungeon that has all the poison in it. There will be more poison later on in the game, for sure. Because that is exactly how Final Fantasy works. You play against a specific enemy, and then they give you more variations. The perfect example, yeah, it's your wolves, your warg wolves, and then your werewolves. They just, again, older games, they reuse a lot of assets. Even if the newer games, kind of how it goes. You'll fight a boss, and then you'll fight an enemy, and then you fight a reskin version of that enemy, and so on and so forth until, you know, they've run out of all the color palettes. Which, surprisingly, not hard to run out of color palettes on the NES and SNES. Whichever version this game came out on, I'm so sorry for not having all that information off the top of my head. I have a tendency to slide through my chair, so that's why you see me constantly readjusting, and I do need to get a new chair. This one is quite old and rickety. But hey, it works, it works. To pay attention, YouTube's getting smacked up a bit here. That's okay, we survive, we survive. Okay. So this gentleman here, this wonderful king of misery, and his ruined thing, he is going to give us the, or we're going to give him the crown. Mwahaha! Oh, he's evil. Of course.
You fools fell right into my trap. I am
Astos? Astos? Yes.
King of the Dark Elves.
Okay. Well, aren't you a pretty boy? God, no.
With the combined power of the crown you now hold, and the crystal eye I already possess,
He did steal the crystal eye.
I will become the true Elf King. It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force.
Probably should have saved chat. Yeah, you ugly. Look at you. Face is all jacked up. You got a troll chin. Look like a... I don't even want to say. Alright, so we are gonna... This is where Null Shock would come in kind of useful if I cared. But I always used to be one of those players that's like, you just keep attacking every turn. If you're not attacking, you're not actually dealing damage, blah, blah, blah. I was never, like, smart. Alright, so we tempered. Now let's haste. Let's heal. Ooh, get spanked. Death! Something tells me that's a one-hit kill. I hate being right sometimes. I think fire might work good on him. Let's get chat back up. Ooh, he can haste too. Oh, he died. I was hoping to get chat up. Chat's gonna miss out on that XP. So far, besides when the whole team wiped, I'm the only one who has not died. And missed out on XP. Which is good, because I am better than the rest of you. Just statistically better than you. Crystal Eyeball! Right. We need to put down Phoenix. Slap a high potion in him. And there we go. So yeah, I never really did the whole buff him and whatnot, just keep attacking, throwing out damage, because if you're not dealing damage, how are you going to beat them? Until I realized in my late teens. Why is it using the last set of attacks? That's not great. Hopefully I didn't just waste a Phoenix down, but if I did, it's alright. Yeah, I was in my late teens when I finally realized, hey, doing a buff for one turn can double your damage for every turn following that buff. So maybe use the buffs, because buffs are good. But yeah, that's one of those things, you know, you learn with time. You become older and wiser. And then you become older and start forgetting things. And then you try to play Final Fantasy 1 again on stream and start sounding like an idiot because you've forgotten half of what happens in the game. Glad I'm getting antidotes. Alright, so let's... Yeah... Tina Belcher's... spirit is riding through me. The indecision sometimes. I don't want to... Kind of want to heal, but I gotta go back to the first town anyway, so I might as well heal there. And again, the enemies are gonna be a lot weaker. Really? I'm going after Andy. think they know he's up to something. I mean, he is kind of telegraphing his attack by holding his hands in the air. Or his middle fingers, in this case. He is just straight up flipping off everyone.
Lightning.
Which is weird because the spell is called Thunder. And it's not thunder at all, it's lightning. But it's okay. Everyone gets those confused. Not everyone puts it into a game and then continues with it, you know, for 30 plus years, but hey. Once you start, it's hard to back down. I get it. Oh, yeah, I can... Really, goblins? that goblin was smart to try and run. Yeah. If even the white mage is taking out one shot, you've picked the wrong fight. Let's boat up here. Oh, there. I thought there was a boat dock thingy up here. Port is what I guess you would call it. Sounds so unscientific calling it a port instead of a boat dock thingy. Probably should go back to the first town port, run my way up to the blind old witch, give her silly eyeball. Really? If you guys insist on dying, I'm happy to oblige. We'll go give the blind witch her eyeball back so she can see again. Then I'm guessing she gives the concoction to wake up the elf prince. And then from there, who knows? I 100% do not remember. Which is this way? That's where the port I was thinking about was. Right there. Which is weird because that's like, oh, could I have gone under the bridge? I probably could have gone under the bridge, chat. I think that's a thing. I think that may be a thing. I might be wrong, but, you know. I forgot what I was doing for the witch place.
Oh, what's this? A crystal eye? Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection.
Jolt tonic. I assume that is to jolt him awake.
Ah, I can see again. You're still here? I don't need you anymore, so be on your way. Humph, not as attractive as I thought you'd be.
Woman! I mean, true, but still hurtful. I have feelings too. But she was right, Chad. Not the best thing to look at in the world by any means. But that is okay. Because I don't have to look at me all that often. It does indeed suck for those around me, though, I will admit. Whew. Should probably throw some heals Andy's way. He looks like he's so hurt, but he really isn't. He just doesn't have a lot of HP to begin with. But white mages are great. A truly great combo. One of my favorite ones to play. Is a double white mage, double warrior. Really good. just because white mages do get a pretty decent health pool. You can sling out healing spells twice as fast, or your protects twice as fast. Um, and then, of course, double warriors. The only thing that sucks about the double warrior combo is you miss out on some gear optimizations at the end. Because there's like spoilers. There's Excalibur in this, which is the best, I believe, the best sword in the game for the warrior. But you only get one, so the one is all you get. So you can only give it to one of your warriors. But in the long run, and not a huge deal. And I think it's the same with one of the shields. Sorry, I have to check. Could I have gone under this bridge? Bridges do be bridging. That is indeed what they are for. What is that eyeball mess in the back? It needs to die. I don't want to look at it. Everyone is going to kill you. Thank you. And the other issue I have with black mages is you always use an AoE spell, or once they become good, you start using AoE spells, and then they just end up not going off first. So the AoE was like, was it worth it? Because they're all dead by the time he actually casts it. So you have like 6 enemies, the other 3 go first, and it goes from 6 to 3. And then, having a warrior or monk, I think even thief, you don't have to really worry about it too much. You just attack. You don't have to worry about magic, which one's more effective. You just punch them in the face, or swing your sword, or swing your nunchakus, if you're the thief. With mages, you gotta... Which spells optimized? Is thunder, blizzard, fire... Then once you figure out what works best, you have to manage your resource slots. And it just... Monk. Eye punch. That's it. And they require very little gear. Which is why monks are pretty good. Hey, YouTube leveled up. I know it seems weird, chat, but that was a lot easier than going around. Alrighty. So, the king has been, the prince has been asleep for 5 years. And, they did nothing all this time. Oh, sorry. Jolt tonic. May just be what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. Didn't think to try it for 5 years, but hey, what do I know? I'm not a healer. Your Highness! Your Highness! I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? Is that because I don't look the prettiest? Why is everyone on about my looks? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall heed the legend as it was told to me by my forefathers. The time for me to pass on the mystic key to its rightful owner has come at last. Yay, mystic key, we can go open all those chests now and go get poisoned some more. Hooray. I love how the dude's been in a bed for 5 years, still in bed. I am awake and strong again, all because of you. Thank you, Warriors of Light. If anything I learned from the Matrix is that if you spend 5 years in bed, you are not strong. You are, in fact, the opposite. I have your undying gratitude. Do that mean I get a discount at Ye Old Inn? Or are you guys still gonna charge me $100 a night to sleep there? Yeah, one of those things that it always confused me in these games is like, you saved the prince and princess and the kingdom from sure ruin. We're still gonna charge you to sleep in a bed, though. I shall raid your royal coffers. Just slap on some optimal gear. See, every time you wanna just ignore that. Yeah, so even putting on clothes lowers his armor. So yeah, just if you want to not have any gear requirements as you play through, just make all monk party. Or 2 monks and 2 white mages. That is typically one of the OP setups of all time. Alright, was there more mystical chests? Ugh, all the wolves. And we're just gonna continue the auto battle goodness on our way through. We are gonna be wrapping up the stream here fairly soon. About 20 minutes or so. Should be just enough time to take a looky-loo at what items were in there. All the way on the very 3rd floor. Not entirely sure where I'm to go after this. Maybe that mystic key opens something underground that leads to the next area. Gotta be the case. I do believe in that first town. There was something in the keep that had the mystic key, right? I think. Who knows? Last time I had a thought, we all nearly died. So there's that door over there, which had, I believe, a mystic lock. So we shall use our new mystic key. One of these days, chat, I will learn not to open random chests. They are wraiths. They are smelly wraithmanes. I don't know if they count as undead, but we'll find out. Assuming they don't wipe me out first. Okay. Hopefully this is the weakness. Something told me if you're wearing a sheet, you're weak to fire. Ooh, a falchion. That's good. We're gonna... If we go to it, yeah, it shows. So red mages, they're like the jack of all trades, so they can use some decent weapons as well. Monsters in here? Yep. I think all these chests have monsters in them. Aha! I know for sure mummies don't like fire. And they for sure are undead. and they can make you take naps. Goodbye. Sometimes they just need to be shown the light. Power Staff! I do believe that's one of those fantastic magical items you can use outside of combat. Anyway, White Mage or Black Mage? Who should be wielding that? I mean, White Mage got the Mithril Hammer. And they lose accuracy on it, so... I mean, we're going to lose accuracy with this, but we get 5 more attack. Always good. 5 attack. On your magic caster, always better to have more attack. I do legitimately think... Now they do have intellect and strength and all that jazz in this. Yes, all monsters. But thankfully they are all mummies. Which I think I am most well equipped to deal with are mummies. Because of all the fire and diarrhea I can throw at them. I know, D-Ra. It's more fun to say my steel gloves. Okay. I think at the first town, there were some mystic chests. Getting ambushed by silly little dogs. I do like how they were able to incorporate the different looks of the weapons as you equip them in battle. Not something you see much nowadays, so for a game back then doing it, it's quite impressive. So we're gonna head back to Cornelia. I believe there was a few mystic key chests hidden around the... That eyeball just paralyzed me. Hidden around the castle, so we're gonna go to the castle. We're gonna go steal all the goodies. And then we shall talk to the dancer to get a clue as to what is next. I'm pretty sure we do have to go back to the Marsh Cave. We're going to want to go back there anyways to rehash all those items that are at the very bottom of that 3rd floor. Gonna go along the outside of the castle walls, where I do believe there's some hidden treasure somewhere. Aha! We have found the treasure. Now, I doubt it, because, like, why would the kingdom keep boxes full of monsters? But hey, a ton of the last things we went through were just full of monsters, so. Yay, tents and cottages. What is this? Nitro powder? I do believe that is something that is used to progress. Iron armor. What was the other thing that we got? Yeah, the mithril knife. Really little attack, gain a little accuracy. Oh, does accuracy affect your spell hit? I don't think it does. But again, chat, I've been wrong in the past. So we got 2 cottages, 3 sleeping bags now. Good stuff. There's gotta be more chests. Actually, it was secured with the Mystic Key, but not anymore. Yes, it very much will help me, old mage man. Because nitro powder, I'm positive, is a key item. Powder of great explosive force. Yes, I remember now. There is some sort of rubble blocking our path at some point in the near future. In order to progress, we need the powder of nitro. So let's go chat with the dancer girl. Her input is invaluable as always. Here. Narek the dwarf has been looking for powerful explosives. I wonder what he's going to use them for. I'm not wondering. He'll blow some stuff up. Like any good dwarf does. Alright, we got some money. Let's spend some money. I told you, chat, I have a problem. Things have to be nice, even, round numbers for me. Bothers me when they aren't. Not gonna do that for cottage. It is bothering me though, but that is like the rest of my money. Oh yeah, it is the. I won't even be able to. I'll just do that there, and we scroll up high enough. It's like it's not even there. I know high potions. They 150. You can. They cost 150. This is 54. This, statistically, potions are the best healing option in the game. Especially healing out of combat. You can spam as many as you need. These, however, fantastic for like combat healing. Get ourselves a decent amount of those, some Phoenix Downs, all the antidotes, because we do have to go back in the Marsh Cave. And I could get one remedy, but that'll just aggravate me having just the one. Alright. So we are going to take a nap in our cheap little starter town inn. It's always good to save money. And let's make our way back down to the wonderful Marsh Cave. These things can paralyze. I don't want to deal with the rest of you if I don't have to. Ugh. See, we want to take them out before they can use that stupid gaze ability to paralyze. That's okay. Thundara will take care of all of them. Isn't that one of the Thundercats? Cheetara. Thunder is the Thundercats. There might be a Thundara. I don't know. I was never really into the Thundercats, chat. One of those cartoons that just didn't really tickle my fancy at the time. Oh, these things can paralyze too. Fantastic. Whoops. And that's not gonna say a waste, but I definitely didn't mean to do that. I've figured out that the thing every time. It's my little home, chat. We live here. Building that cottage at the end of this playthrough for sure. Yeah, so auto battle just replicates whatever your last set of moves was. I figured it out through my amazing powers of observation and deduction. I have determined that's what that does. So chat what I think we're gonna do, because it is almost 10 o'clock here for me. And that's when I was gonna give this stream a good old finish up. I'm gonna go ahead and park us outside of the marsh cave. Drop down a save there, and I think that's where we will call it a night. Drop a save. Got up to level 16, 17. 3.5 hours, not bad. It does take 6 to 7 hours to complete a playthrough of Final Fantasy 1, depending on how achievement hunty you want to be. I don't need to do that. Thankfully, I have, in fact, completed all of my achievements for this game. So I uh, appreciate you all stopping by and checking out the video, checking out the stream if you were in the stream. I know it's my first one, so it probably didn't have too many visitors and chatters stopping by, but I do appreciate those that did come in. YouTube, I will have this up in a couple of days, but if you're seeing this, it's already up. I do have obviously a Twitch channel. You're more than welcome to come hang out with me, join my chat, help me with my incredible lack of memory for this game, give me a couple tips and pointers so I stop screwing it up. And hope to see you in the next adventure. And remember that every adventure begins with a decision.